All right, so this is the underdog strategy that you can actually use to scale in a very, 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 very competitive market. If you have competitors who are way bigger than you, who can probably pay twice as much as you can to acquire a customer, if you are just in a market where there are competitors who have already established a huge base, that have huge brand awareness, and you want to actually scale in that market because you've created a product that might even be like better than theirs, or you just want to actually do better than them, you can use the underdog strategy. Okay, this is what I'm actually going to show you in this video today. This is the product I've got as an example to show you, and honestly, let's just dive into it. By the way, if you are new to the channel, my name's Ganor. I make scaling to 8 figures easy for health and wellness e-commerce brands, and health and wellness is one of the most sophisticated spaces out there. I don't really like that word. I don't really think competition is a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing because it signals that there is money in the market to be made. But just for the sake of the video, if you're in a very sophisticated market, I'm going to show you how you can actually still scale and then eventually compete with all these big companies, okay? When we go to Amazon and we search up nasal strip, which is basically what this product is, that's what I'm wearing right now as well. You see all these different brands over here, and some are obviously running ads. Over here, you see these ones targeting people who are struggling with their sleep probably. You see some that are actually targeting different sort of desires. There is snoring as well, you know, there is like better breath, you know, all this stuff, mute as well. You've got all these people, and it's a very, very sophisticated market, right? I can keep scrolling and new products are going to keep coming up. There's like at least 7 pages of products over here. Like even on the 3rd page, there are still new products. It is a very, very sophisticated market, right? And if you actually go to the biggest companies in the space, one is High Strips. One of these brands, by the way, that I'm going to show you, I've got like 3 brands over here, 3 top performers that I'm about to show you. We've actually worked with one of these brands as well, so that's a little bit of credibility for you. But basically, these guys are targeting athletes mainly. These guys over here are also targeting athletes. It's more like high rocks. And then these guys over here are actually targeting people who perhaps want to stop snoring, maybe want to sleep better, okay? And these are basically huge segments of this market. These are like what I call different desires. There are like different desires in this market. There is one big desire over here, which might be that I want to perform better, like human performance. There we go, right? I want to perform better. I want to play my sport better. There is another huge desire, which might be that these guys are sort of win. Okay, I want to win. We can just say that for example's sake. Obviously, the specific desire would be different, and you have to find that out in your research. But let's say this is to perform. This is to win in whatever sport they play, and then this one is for better sleep. So we can just say better sleep over here is another desire over here. All these little pockets that I call them, right? All these little pockets are desires in your market right now, and these are basically broad segments of people who want the exact same thing. There is people who want to perform better in their sport. There's people who just want to win in their sport. There's people who want to, I actually should have wrote sleep here, my bad, that want to actually sleep better. There's these huge markets, segments inside your current market right now. And the biggest mistake that I see a lot of brands making is that they go head on and try to compete with these huge competitors that probably can pay twice as much as you to acquire a customer, and these guys as well. They try to compete with these guys completely head on, but that is not how the underdog actually works. The whole point of the underdog is you actually kind of just slip under their nose, right? I'm sure you heard of that quote. You kind of slip under their nose because they don't even see you as a direct competitor, and they don't actually do anything about it until you're already at the point where you're making a few $100K a month or $1 million a month because you actually use a strategy that I'm about to talk to you about. So let's just zoom in to one of these segments over here. You have to think of this whole pocket as like people, okay? Maybe this is like a market of 100 million people. Within this market, there are smaller segments as well. People obviously want to perform better. Maybe the desire generally is, I want to perform better. There are smaller segments inside this market. There is probably a big segment of just people that are runners, athletes, or tennis players. There is a certain segment of people inside this market that probably play football or something. There is a certain segment of people that are swimmers. There is a certain segment of people that might even be really small. Might only be like, let's say, 1 million people who are, let's say, performing better in a very niche sport. Very niche sport could be, let's say, Quidditch. If you watch Harry Potter, you might know that they actually play Quidditch in real life now. I don't know if there's 1 million people playing it, but there are specific little sub-markets inside the actual market. And the underdog strategy over here is to find an underserved market. You see, your biggest competitors over here, right? These guys are targeting athletes. These guys over here are targeting athletes and maybe even kids now. They've got, from the experts, I'm not too sure if this is real or black hat, whatever, but they've got people for different markets over here, and they're targeting certain sort of sub-avatars and certain type of markets. These guys are targeting the sleep market. What you want to do is, instead of trying to outmarket these people, you want to actually try to out sub-avatar them. Okay, what I mean by that is you want to find some avatars in this entire market that none of these guys are actually targeting directly. For example, it could just be entrepreneurs who want to sleep better. I have not yet seen, like, I've actually gone through Amazon and everything while trying to buy this product, and I did not see one ad that was like, if you're an entrepreneur, this is for you. Like, these nasal strips are for entrepreneurs who want to actually sleep better and perform better the next day. If that was actually an ad that came up in front of me, I would have resonated with it, because I'm an entrepreneur. I want to sleep better, I want to perform better, and I would have actually bought from them, okay? Because that is an underserved market. There might not be, the market's not that big, right? You're not obviously going to turn into like $100 million brand just selling to that small market, but that is the entire underdog strategy. You have these small little markets, these small little sub avatars in this like huge market, and what you want to do is you want to essentially take over these. You want to target these. You want to make your brand for them, okay? Not really your entire branding, but you want to target them in your ads. You want to test these different small little sub avatars, so then you can eventually maybe get to $1 million a month with these sub avatars, which is, by the way, a lot easier than you think. Right? It's all about your perspective. Like, if you think it's super hard to scale to $1 million a month and everything, like, come on, you're never going to get there, right? That's a harsh reality. You have to actually see it as easy, and it is easy, like, to be honest with you. So not that big of a deal, but basically, you want to target these small little subsets of the market to actually scale to that $1 million a month mark. And now the next logical question is, you're probably wondering, how the hell do I actually find these markets, right? It's all through your research, okay? I've actually got a video over here as well. Let me actually pull up this video for you. If you go to my channel and maybe you go to popular or something, you'll see this video over here, which is basically 100K a day avatar. This is the thumbnail, how to find avatars that scale FB ads to 100K a day, right? What you want to do is you can actually go watch that video. In that video, I actually show you how to find these small subsets of the market that you can actually target. And basically that's the entire underdog strategy, right? And once you actually do get to the point where you actually can afford to pay just as much as these guys do on their advertising and everything, you can actually start to get into those markets as well, because now you have some money behind you. Now you're actually making money. The biggest mistake is trying to compete with these big markets head on, because most of the time they can outbid you, and if they can outbid you, Facebook doesn't really care. They want to make money. They will rather give them the customer rather than give you the customer, and your costs will be through the roof, and you might even have to shut down the brand because the costs are way too high. So to save yourself from that, choose sub avatars. Now that is it for this video. If you are a health and wellness e-commerce brand doing over 6 figures a month, struggling to scale to 7 figures per month while remaining profitable, you might want to click the first link in the description. Chances are you've tried a bunch of shit to actually scale your brand. If you still can't figure out how to do it, or you just want someone to come in and take care of the growth, you might want to click that link. It's not some course or some webinar or some long bullshit that's basically going to get you to book in a call anyway. I'm very transparent in that video. I want you to book in a call with me if I can actually help you. If we can help you, we're going to try to sell you something on that call. Full transparency, okay? I don't really care if you click it or not. It doesn't really affect me, but I hope this video helped you. If you like the video, like it, so YouTube shows you more of these videos. If you have any comments, suggestions, anything, you can comment them down below. Chances are we're never going to see each other again, so you might want to subscribe to the channel if you want to watch any of my future videos. But I really do recommend go watch this video over here, because that is going to help you find these little segments of the market that you can actually target that are underserved, and then you can actually sell to them, eventually get enough money to to compete with these big brands over here, and then you're going to have a lot of fun doing it. You're going to make a lot of money, and maybe then you would work with us as well. I don't know, but I'll talk to you soon. All right, take care.